there as many cars in the parking lot of the bowling alley when you went back the second time?
Not as many. It seemed like it cleared out quite a bit. There wasn't that many cars in the parking lot.
So as the night went on, do you have any concept, and it's okay if you don't, do you have any concept of how long you were in the car engaging in these activities with Carla before something happened? Do you have any concept of how long that was?
I have no idea how long it lasts.
And so you described Carla was against the door. Can you describe how you were when the next thing happened? Where were you in regards to Carla?
Carla had put her purse behind her head.
Did she put her purse behind her head?
Behind her head, because it was uncomfortable.
Was that, so that would have put the purse between her head and the door frame?
Right.
Okay.
And I was on top of her. I wasn't, not quite to the top of her head or anything. I was like from here down on top of her. And the car door yanked open.
Did you have any warning before that moment? Was there a knock? Did you even notice a figure before that door flew open?
No, I didn't. I did not notice any figure.
When the door flew open, what was the first thing that happened?
Carla's head had fallen back past the edge of the seat and was hanging out in the opening, past the roof line. And the way I was positioned, I kind of fell with her.
And what happened next?
Well, my head then, as I fell forward, was just open target. And he was able to come down on the back of my head with the force that,
So pretty quickly, something hit you in the back of the head.
Yes.
Did you have any concept, when you first got hit, did you have any concept of what it was that struck your head? Did you know yet?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So you're describing then that Carla falls out of the car a little bit, you fall a little bit with her and kind of try and catch her head.
I did. I grabbed her, and we were kind of both falling forward. But my head was covering hers then.
And so you're both kind of maybe a quarter to half out of the car, but you said something comes down and hits you in the head.
Right.
What do you remember next?
I remember I was holding her, and the blood started flowing down my forehead, down into my eyes. And I'm not sure how many times I got hit.
You're aware that you got hit more than once?
I believe it was more than once, according to Carla's reaction.
And why do you say that, according to Carla's reaction?
Because she screamed, "Stop hitting him."
And after she screamed, "Stop hitting him," are y'all still in this kind of half in and half out of the car with you holding her up when that's going on, or at some point do you let go of her a little bit?
I had let go, and I believe at that time Carla had raised upright into the seat, and I had pushed myself back away from the car, the roof line, and it was such an intense ringing. I was totally stunned, and I couldn't move. I pushed myself up, and the blood was flowing, and I was just staring straight ahead.
Did you find out at some point when this part was going on what it was that had struck you in the head?
Not until the last few moments.
How was it that you discovered what it was that had struck you in the head?
Because he had stuck his arm with the pistol into the car, inches from my forehead. His face wasn't down below the car line. I'm sure he was doing that purposely, where I could not see him. And he pulled the trigger 3 times. And all I heard were the 3 clicks.
And so when he pulled the trigger, nothing came out of the gun.
Nothing came out of the gun.
So you mentioned this, I want to clear up, like, you could not see the face of the person that was doing this to you.
No, I couldn't.
You're still in the car, Carla's still in the car. What happens next?
There's something, muttered something about, "You're coming with me,"
Did you think he meant to you or to Carla?
to Carla.
Okay. We haven't said this before, but was Carla a big girl?
No, Carla was 4'11".
She was tiny.
She was tiny.
Did she get out of the car on her own, or was she pulled out?
I believe she was pulled out. That's my, I don't think she would have just got out of the car myself.
Is it fair to say that in that moment you don't have a good recollection of exactly what happened right that second?
At that second, I don't remember the pulling her out of the car.
Was she out of the car when the hand reached back in to pull the trigger?
Excuse me.
Yes. Was she out of the car when this hand came back in and pulled the trigger 3 times?
I'm not sure of that. I'm not sure if she was, it was either right prior before that. I believe she might have been out of the car and he was holding on to her and he just blindly stuck the gun into the car.
You mentioned before you were able to see a figure as they walked away.
2
Describe.
steps, that's all I saw. 2, that's all I can remember. And Carla turned her face to me and I can visualize. It said, "Rodney, go get Dad. Go get my dad."